Welcome to Tech Turks again, and today I have Kendall and I of Wi-Fi.com.ng. Now these are the guys. Now without these kind of people, forget all that digital banking. They are the guys that are the blood of the digital initiatives that most organizations are driving at. So, Kendall, welcome to the show. And so, tell us about Wi-Fi.com.ng. What's different?
Okay.
Why are you different from everybody else?
So Wi-Fi.com.ng provides unlimited internet to small businesses and residential customers at a price that is 10 to 30% less than what you can get from a regular mobile operator. So we don't have any of the gimmicks that the other unlimited plans have, which are throttle after you use a certain usage. So you can use anything from 100 gigs to about 1 terabyte. So small businesses, a lot of startups love it because they can actually just control their costs. They know they're going to pay, if it's a residential customer, 9,500, if it's a business, 15,000, and that's all they pay for 30 days. Then even on the bottom of the
simple payment plan, you know, free after you pay a certain amount.
There you go.
This is what I've been telling my colleagues in the bank. That's the kind of offering that customers understand. So how are you able to achieve?
So what we did differently was we're outsiders from the industry. I actually worked with PricewaterhouseCoopers, Microsoft, and ExxonMobil. And what ExxonMobil is known for is capital efficiency. So I took the regular model that the telcos have and totally just threw it out away. Basically, what the telcos usually do is get a tower co like an IHS or Helios, and then lease space off of their towers. We took a different approach. We decided to build the infrastructure ourselves, build it cheaper than they can. We built it at 10% of the capex a regular mobile operator would. And then we decided to power it over solar. So that way we don't have the fuel and diesel costs that the operators have, which is significant, because if you're going to do that model, you're going to have generators, which is significant capex. You're going to have logistics of getting the diesel to each of your towers. We don't have any of those costs. So we took all of those costs and moved it over to the cost of sales side, which is bandwidth. That way we have a higher bandwidth cost than they have. But unlimited internet sells itself. In fact, today, if you Google unlimited internet Nigeria, Wi-Fi.com.ng comes first, and we don't do any. So that way we also don't have any marketing costs, because ultimately anybody that's looking for unlimited internet, the first thing you're going to do is go to Google, and our name comes up first. We've maintained that for the 3 years we've been doing it formally.
So for a consumer, I'm just trying to understand this too good to be true value proposition. So me, for instance, so if I want to sign up as an individual, what do I have to do? So
you'd look for us, because we basically, most of our customers come from referral. You look for us or you search for us on the internet. You would call us or you sign up on the website. We schedule an installation. We come install the device on the side of your home or business, and that device connects to one of our towers, and that's how it connects over Wi-Fi. But even in addition to that each customer we install also becomes a repeater for us. So that way we have down market customers that can actually hop on unlimited internet for a day, a week, or a month. That is incremental revenue to us. So each time we do an installation, we also reach out to more customers. So that way it just keeps growing by itself. The down market customers, we charge them 200 naira a day for unlimited internet. We have no data caps whatsoever. So across the entire spectrum, our stuff is unlimited. And Google's search engine are saying that each time people search for unlimited internet, they go to Wi-Fi.com.ng. So that way it just keeps going. So by providing this unlimited internet, it actually reduces your marketing cost. So our OpEx is we're very lean OpEx wise, and basically we're building our towers out, which I told you. So by building the towers, our focus is just building more towers, making them profitable, build the next one. We've been able to build about 60 of these towers in Lagos. We've covered Lekki, Yaba, Ikeja, Ogudu, Magodo, so we're expanding all over Lagos. We're also within the next 12 months, we should actually even take it a step further and be outside of Lagos, and also simultaneously expanding into Ghana.
So let me ask you, so if I just came to Lagos, I'm a guest in Lagos, can I use like temporarily?
So if you want to go so you have to be near a hotspot. So for example, if Cafe Neo was our customer, all you see is free Wi-Fi.ng. You would hop on with your phone, and then you can use the daily, monthly, or weekly. But if you're in a location where we have to do an installation, so you would have to pay the initial setup.
So gradually you're going to have, the idea is to have coverage all of Lagos first, so that anyway, if I'm just outside,
that's the whole point. So but we can only do that if we're riding on the telcos. They will squeeze us on the margin. But if we own our own infrastructure, which infrastructure is Africa's problem.
So you're the retail player of a different kind, whereby you are partnering with small businesses who want your services to provide free, value-added internet, and also use them, collaborate with them, use them as a repeater.
As a repeater.
As a repeater. So how successful has this been?
Oh, we've grown significantly. We have about 4,000 of these locations. We've doubled revenue every year since inception.
How long has the business been?
We've been doing it formally as a business 3 years, but we started as a side business while I was still working at Exxon, and another 2 years. Then formally, everyone was like, "Oh, you should actually make this a business." Yeah. We started just offering the internet to estates, and then by the time we had covered all the major estates in Lekki, we were like, "We can actually do this much bigger." So the Residents Association of Lekki Phase 1 came to us and told us what would it take to actually deliver the service to Lekki Phase 1. So Lekki Phase 1 was the first location we did full mass market. They even took, so the support we got, they even provided Daytona, then Alhaji Shitu, which was the chairman of Lekki Phase 1, provided his supermarket and his brewery for us to actually install our towers there and equipment and beam across Lekki Phase 1. So after doing Lekki Phase 1, we're like, what next? And we said, okay, maybe we should go do the whole thing and make it an ISP and all that. We're actually licensed by the NCC, so we actually have spectrum. We're one of the few people that I can say in telecoms that we built an ISP just based on equity only and bootstrapping, and we're licensed ISP. We went into the auction with the big telcos and we came out successful. We have, so if you go on the NCC site, you'll see that we have our license.
So you're a poster child for, you don't need, this is definitely a homegrown business that started from the bottom. That's fantastic. So of course the objective is to cover Lagos first. Lagos is the prize.
Lagos is
the next thing, gradually roll out to other, should I say, commercially viable parts of the country.
Yes. Right. So our spectrum license covers south, and southwest, and we've already done the survey for Port Harcourt. Port Harcourt should be the next city we should go to. But we build our infrastructure, so we're not trying to give our competition money. So we're not going to ride on any telco. Yeah. So we'll build our own infrastructure into those locations and then keep going. So
let me ask you, how sustainable is that? Because so unless your strategy is to do this over a long period of time, I'm betting that the technology is still going to be the same over a period. Because with your current model, it'll take a long time to cover Lagos because Lagos is huge. Okay. And then as you build that capacity, you need more customers. So,
because we're a startup, we can scale faster. I'm a Y Combinator company, so we raised a seed round. Yeah. That seed round has allowed us to accelerate very fast. The time it takes us to build a tower, we would still be asking for a quote from MTN or Swift to give us a quote. We can move faster than they have. The tower takes us about 2 to 3 weeks to build very fast. We built 20 in a quarter. We built 20 in just this quarter, so we can build them faster than we can go through the bureaucracy of getting even a quote from MTN. They'll go down the process of, which is why even for events too, if you wanted an event, you needed Wi-Fi there. Before you get a telco to move and actually we can get it done really, really quickly. So, but we raised the seed round, which we're using to expand as fast as we can. And for me, I would rather keep doing that versus. If you look at what happened with Etisalat and 9 Mobile, I don't have any FS risk because I'm building an infrastructure. So I'm not tying my contract with a IHS or a Helios. I have an Naira denominated contract. Structure still is available. It takes me 2 weeks to build it. And by the time I'm done, each tower is 20 grand. Each tower for a telco is 120, depending on who you ask, 100 grand to build a tower. So I'm building it at way less cost than they are. I'm building it faster than they are. I actually will do a lot. I will cover Lagos faster than any other telco. Can even start going through the contracts to even get a tower co to build them up. So my advantage is speed, but remember I also have the customers behind me. They want the unlimited internet, which is what we want to keep doing. It's cheaper. So let me give you an example. If a tower if you want to release space off a tower co, you can get a quote of about $1,000 a month. For a tower for just one antenna. But the reverse is in my case. I'm going to build for about 15 to 20 grand. And in 12 months, I've already paid the amount that I could have, and I own the entire tower. The tables will turn on why we're taking this long-term strategy. By the time we turn around to 5G, it will be obvious why we're building our towers. And the tables will turn in the sense that people will even want to co-locate with us because then you're building small cells for 5G. So my customers, they've known how we started from zero. We have zero debt. We intend to take this all the way to the end. And then by 5G, we'll see whose strategy.
A company with zero debt and lots of cash flow.
So and even up until we raised, we bootstrapped to significant. If the things I bootstrapped to a significant run rate versus any other startup that started with a ton of money. We just took the money and just kept going faster. So even if we don't raise or any, we can, our business in itself, each time we build a tower, get people on it, build the next one, keep going and keep going. Then in the future, we will be the ones, we will be the IHS for small cells.
You will have a distribution, you have a network that is sold by everyone. Okay, so we know your model is different from the majors. So you're providing
unlimited internet?
Unlimited data. Is that where it's going to stop, or are you going to now go into content business? Because everybody now says, how do we maximize
so there you go. So you hit the nail on. So nobody wants to be a dumb pipe, like an ISP dumb pipe, right? So by building these towers up and owning the infrastructure all the way from the cable, so we partner with Main One, we directly connect to Main One and bringing it to the customer's home. We already have a location where we can push the content closer than any other person. So the regular ISP model, you're going to have a data center, all your stuff is centralized somewhere. But in our case, we own the towers, so we can actually locate the content at the towers and do every night fresh content and come in. And even take it a step further, because we own everything even into the customer's location with our device at the side and the repeater, we can actually, content can reside on the customer's end device and sitting down there, and they can access it quicker and faster, because video is a function of latency. The closer the content is, the better. So I won't be asking an IHS to, oh please, I need additional space to put this server content. I own my towers, I own my infrastructure, everything all the way. So I can even do more creative stuff than it's.
So Ken, I use data, like it's going out of fashion. I use data for everything. And so in my house, in fact, my kids, in fact, they don't care about anything. If the data is not on, it's like you've pulled out oxygen from the house. But so I've used a lot of companies. So when they start off, when they start off, the quality is good, the streaming is fantastic. I could have video conferences. 3 years later, over time, the success now brings the quality down. There's a direct relationship to that. So what makes
when I say we do everything differently, we did the reverse. So when I was starting, a friend of mine said, "Oh, why not do the reverse? Be the first to do the reverse. Start slow and increase your speed over time." So we started giving less speed than everybody 1 meg, and we've been incrementally increasing our speed over time. That's the difference. So we're turning the lever. The equipment we're installing can do 100 megs, but we're just, based on what is competitive is what we're putting at any point. So you will never ever see anybody say, oh, this is so far. We don't sell it to you as the fastest internet. We sell it to you as the internet where is all you can eat buffet. But what you need to understand about a buffet is, like I tell people, when you first go outside,
there's some people that eat lots of it, and there's some people that
eat so Pareto, but it's not
and they're subsidizing everybody else.
So it's not necessarily Pareto, because you have to do other things. You're not just going to be on the internet just because I have unlimited. So what we see is when you first sign up for the unlimited, you have it, then all of a sudden it now tapers down to your regular consumption.
All the buzz is over.
Right? Trust me, there are people that can do a terabyte in Nigeria today.
I am one of them.
You're one of them.
I don't watch local TV for a start. So
you know that my DSTV is off. Same time, I watch everything. I have which is another innovative service we have. We have a service called Teleport, which gives you a US IP address. So what that US IP address is, it allows you to access content outside of Nigeria. So content normally that when you go to the site, it will tell you, oh, you're in Nigeria, you can access it. But with our service, a separate Wi-Fi SSID allows you go to the US. So that's very good for people that are doing a lot of banking in the US, because a lot of Nigerian IPs can access them because of fraud and all that. But with our teleport service, you can do that. Some of the content, even some shopping sites like Penny that are blocked to Nigeria, our service allows that, and we can only do that because we own the infrastructure. So I know I keep stressing it, but we took a different approach where people are running away from infrastructure. We said that's what Africa needs. Services can come on top of that. As long as the payment infrastructure has been solved, we're saying solve the internet infrastructure as best as you can, then all other services can come on top of that. It was difficult. So when we were bootstrapping, it was difficult raising money from Nigeria because Nigerian investors are more short-sighted. When they hear infrastructure, they're like, oh no, I don't want to do it. But they didn't understand that, no, we have capital efficiency.
Everybody wants to do everything very, very quickly. Yes.
But
and then, of course, when you borrow too at high rate, there's a pressure to generate cash flows. So everything is just short-termism.
Short-term, which is, but luckily for us, we got into Y Combinator, and we have external investors who take a much longer-term approach on things, and that has helped too. Me, I think, like you can see me talking about 5G. We're doing things ahead of time. differently, but hopefully we'll be successful as long as we just keep doing it that way and learn from all of the telecom companies that came before us.
So Kendall, one last question. I mean, like, I like the Wi-Fi.com story. It is by Nigerian, for Nigerians. It is also sustainable energy. You're using solar power. You're starting slow. You're not, laden it with great debt. So, I mean, I would think that, organizations that, like I always talking sustainability, the government, state governments, or associations like that will be jumping on this bandwagon, trying to reduce our carbon footprint because we're not even using diesel. How's that going? How's the approach been?
So far, to be honest, Lagos State government has been supportive. We got all of our permits for our towers really quickly. In fact, they gave us for the next one year saying that they wanted to see the people behind Wi-Fi.com and NGTZ, and when they saw it was young people trying to make a difference, they even said if there are areas where we think we want to build towers and we need the permits, we should come to them. So Basimra has been great with us. We've had no issue whatsoever. Same thing, even getting our license from the NCC. NCC has been very helpful. If we do need to, if there's some situations where we might want to feed the tower with fiber and all of that, we'll engage them and see if they, but so far, I've not had any issues with any of the government agencies. We're even looking at other states, so going into other states, they would even be our first port of call when we go to a state. Then in terms of partnerships, we've also worked with other companies that are willing to subsidize the cost of internet in Africa. We have a few partnerships that way, and that as part of also helped fuel some of our growth too. But it's something that resonates even when we're raising funding in Y Combinator. So a lot of social impact investors where they understand that internet infrastructure is something that if you bring down the cost of internet, a lot more people will get on the internet, and then you can sell additional services to them. So we're enabling other services, e-commerce, whatsoever, by actually working on the internet.
So Kendall, thank you very much for coming on the show, and we'll continue the conversation offline.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.